How to drive traffic to your online store with a list. Hi guys, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips.com, and in this video I'm speaking about how to drive traffic to your online assets, whether you're an eBay, an Amazon, an Etsy seller, or whether you have your own e-commerce website on WooCommerce or on Shopify. Now in this video I'm mainly concentrating on paid advertisements. So if you're paying for advertisements on platforms such as Facebook, or if you're using Google ads or Yahoo ads or any other type of online advertisements that you may be thinking of using. And also these tips are really going to apply to you mainly if you're selling wholesale products and if you serve a particular niche online. So for example, if you have niche related products and you don't just want to sell one product but you want one customer to buy multiple items from you, then this is definitely the video for you. Firstly, I want to discourage you from actually paying for advertisements and sending visitors straight to your online e-commerce assets. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, if you're paying for an advertisement on Facebook, for example, don't send people straight to your eBay listing or to your e-commerce store, because your conversion rate is going to be really low. And I see it all the time, you know, with people who have e-commerce stores. They pay for traffic on Facebook and they send it straight to their e-commerce store, and they're just waiting for the money to roll in and for sales to come in, and they spend like £100, and at the end of the day they're thinking, man, I spent so much money, Facebook ads don't work. And it's not that Facebook ads don't work, it's just that sending traffic straight to your offer is not really the best way to convert a visitor into a sale. So where do you send the traffic instead of sending people straight to your products? Well, what you want to do is actually identify who your target audience is and create a landing page that appeals to them and allows them to leave their name and email address in return for you giving them something of value. So for example, if I was trying to sell this Arsenal mug, and for those of you who don't know, Arsenal is a football team in the English Premier League, so my target audience for selling this mug is actually people who are probably passionate about Arsenal Football Club. So what I would actually do is create a landing page that says, hey, you know, I'll give you a fact sheet about Arsenal or something like that in return for your name and your email address, and I'll send you this fact sheet straight to your email inbox. Now, if I have that landing page connected to an autoresponder like Aweber or MailChimp, then what happens is that person's name and email address gets stored inside my autoresponder, and then I can send them emails, and you know, within those emails I can do relationship building. So I can tell them, I can send them what I promised them, which is the thing about Arsenal. I can also send them more useful information about Arsenal, to a point where they're actually getting excited about my emails, because every time they get an email from me, they're receiving information that they want to receive about their favorite football club. I can maybe update them or remind them of the latest Arsenal football matches that are coming up. So I'm building trust with the people who are on my email list, and when I'm ready now to sell my Arsenal mug, I can send them an email and say, hey, there's an Arsenal game coming up next week. Before that Arsenal game, make sure you buy an Arsenal mug so you can sit back and watch the game whilst you drink from your Arsenal mug. So that is an example of how you can build your email list. Now that's just an example here of how you can build an email list of targeted people. Now, why would you want to send people to an opt-in page rather than sending them straight to your online asset? Well, if you have them on your email list, then you can actually remarket to them. So you might send out the email and say, hey, go buy my Arsenal mug, and they might actually buy your Arsenal mug, but they are still on your email list. They're still in your autoresponder. So that means that if you have another Arsenal products later on down the line, you might have some Arsenal socks, then you can sell them that as well. But if you just send people from Facebook or from Google straight to your online store, and you're not capturing their name and email address and providing them value in their email inbox before then upselling them to your products, then you're actually losing out on multiple ways. Number one, you're losing out on repeat customers, because once you've got their name and email address, then you can actually upsell them and sell them similar products later on down the line. So a customer, or when you acquire a lead, it's worth much more to you than actually just getting a one-off sale. Number two, you're actually building trust with that person every single time you send them useful emails in their inbox. So you might have noticed there that when I spoke about sending that person emails, I didn't just speak about sending them offers, go buy my product, go buy my product. I actually spoke about sending them useful information about Arsenal, because you know that they are avid Arsenal supporters and that they would enjoy those kind of emails. And when it comes time for you to sell your products, they are much more likely to buy from you because they trust you as a source, as someone who's been sending them information that they want to actually receive through their email inbox. And also, because you've been sending this valuable emails, they're likely to share you as well with their friends and with their other people who they know who are avid supporters of Arsenal, or whatever your product is. If you're selling fitness related products, they're likely to share your tips with some of their friends and share your website with some of their friends, and some of their friends might want to be on your email list as well. So you're creating a brand advocate. You're not just creating someone who buys from you once, you're creating someone who buys from you multiple times, someone who enjoys receiving your tips through their email inbox, and also someone who is an advocate and who shares your products and who shares your brand with their friends and with their wider community. Now, another thing to remember here as well is your conversion rate is going to be a lot higher when you actually send traffic to a landing page that gives something valuable for free to someone, rather than asking them to buy something. Like, think about it. If I was selling sports trainers, for example, and my target audience were people who played basketball, and I said to 100 people came to my landing page through a Facebook ad, and I said, hey, enter your name and email address, and I'll share with you 10 tips to help you improve your basketball skills. Now that's gonna convert a lot more people to enter their name and email address than if I just sent 100 people to a page that was selling some basketball trainers and there's absolutely no context around those trainers. They have no idea who I am, they don't know my brand. I'm not Nike, I'm not a big name brand, and even if I am Nike, I'm not the actual seller. Maybe I've got secondhand trainers, or maybe I had a deal with Nike, but they're not getting it from the actual source, they're getting it from me, and I need to actually build trust with that person. And the best way to do that, like I've been mentioning, is to actually start my own list. So hopefully this video was of value to you, and you now realize that sending traffic to your online assets is not all about just making sales, but acquiring leads and using their name and their email address to build trust with them, and to use autoresponders like Aweber. I'll actually leave a link to Aweber in the description down below if you want to find out more about it, where you can actually use that tool to build your mailing list to help you sell more products. But if this video did help you out, then please click the like button down below and make sure you share it with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, watch some of my other videos, subscribe to my channel for more business related content. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.